welcome to today's show. Today I want to expose the new song Starboy by the artist known as The Weeknd. Another song that comes out, another music video filled with satanic imagery, sending subliminal messaging, and it comes out at the perfect time for these Satanists as they begin the fall equinox and the period running up to Samhain. This video is all about sacrifice and human sacrifice, letting you know exactly what goes on in Hollywood. The Weeknd letting you know how he's become a star boy, by sacrifice. He sacrificed his soul, and he lets you know in this video that he's done that. He lets you know in the lyrics of this song that he goes 100 on the dash, and it gets him close to God, but he doesn't pray for love. We just pray for cars. That's what he says. 100 on the dash get me close to God. We don't pray for love. We just pray for cars. This is where people get confused in videos like this. They see guys like him wear a cross, so people think that they're automatically Christian because there's crosses in the video, just like we see Johnny Depp, who's a Satanist, wearing a cross all the time. Now, the witches and the Wiccans and the Satanists wear crosses. They don't only just turn them upside down because it has meaning and use in rituals. Now, this video is just another one of these videos, just like the one I just did on the band Panic at the Disco. It's another one of these videos where you see spiritual warfare is real and it's going on, yet people still see this stuff and they get mesmerized by the music. They go into an alpha state and they don't see all the symbols around us, especially atheists. They can't see constantly these musicians letting you know that this is spiritual warfare. There's the cross symbolism, there's the death and the rebirth symbolism in the video, and I'm going to get into it right now, but it's everywhere. It amazes me that people don't wake up and realize we're in spiritual warfare, and that's exactly what's going on. So the video begins with this guy, The Weeknd, I guess the lead singer of The Weeknd, whatever his name might be. I guess his name is Weeknd, sitting at a table. A man across from him puts on a mask. He comes over, he puts a bag over his head. The guy, the singer, is tied to the chair, and he kills him. He suffocates him with a bag over his head. Representing what? It's representing a sacrifice that has been made. Now, who is the one that sacrificed? He is telling you that he has sacrificed his soul in this video for stardom, to become a star boy. That's what he's telling you, because this guy is now one of the new rising stars in the occult, one of the new rising stars in the music industry after last year releasing a few catchy songs that people like. This guy has now become mainstream, and this is his big push. He's showing you in this video that he's made the sacrifice. He's the one who gets sacrificed, then he wakes up from it, and we begin to see the hints telling you that he's made the sacrifice. And what he sacrificed at the end of the day is his soul. I'm sure along with making human sacrifices, because that's a part of being in the Illuminati, of being in the cult, and of being in the synagogue of Satan. So he gets up after being killed and murdered. Now he finds himself in some other world, but it's still in his house. He's still there. He gets up. He's walking through his hall. We see a photo on the wall. A futuristic, of course, apocalyptic world, a different world, as we see hinted all the time about this apocalyptic world, whether it's Fifth Harmony, every band, every movie, letting you know about the apocalyptic world. You can even see, ironically, in the sky what looks like a chemtrail. I'm sure it's not really supposed to be, but I just thought that was funny that you can see something that looks like a chemtrail in the sky. But what you notice here in the picture is the Black Panther. Now, the panther is a symbol of power. It's a symbol of protectiveness, but it's a symbol that's used in the occult. The Black Panther to the occult includes astral travel. It represents astral travel. It's a symbol of death and rebirth, the understanding of death, the reclaiming of one's power, the ability to know the dark, power without soul or influence, reclaiming power. Those are the definitions of what the Black Panther represents to the occult. So it's death and rebirth, which is a common theme that we see from them. We see the Ouroboros. We see all these symbols. It always talks about a rebirth, because their belief and how they feel about constantly reinventing themselves and being reborn. The death and the rebirth, the rising of the phoenix. So that is what the Black Panther represents, and we'll see that. We'll see him again in the video as the video concludes. So we see this guy, The Weeknd, walking through his home, and of course, he's walking up to a glowing cross. And what do we see next? We see a pullback, and we see the cross right in his all-seeing eye. So a zoom in right on his all-seeing eye. Just more occultic satanic symbolism, letting you know. Now we see the cross right in his eyeball. He grabs the cross off the wall, carries it upside down, and begins destroying his home, destroying his past, destroying everything that is in his house, all his awards, and his accomplishments. He begins destroying them. Now remember, he's died in this video. He has made the sacrifice. He has sold his soul. So he's destroying all of these things. And then he walks to his bedroom, and a black cat is sitting on his bed. No, it's not because he likes Felix the cat. Okay, the black cat, as most of you know, black cat is symbolic to witches and to Satanism and black magic. There's many meanings to what the black cat represents in occultism, but the main meaning of the black cat, it represents sacrifice. I'm sure you've all heard all the times of black cats getting kidnapped or abducted around the Halloween season for ritual sacrifices and those sorts of things that the witches and the Satanists do. So we see him die. We see him sacrificed. Okay, sacrificing himself. Then we actually see the black cat, which represents sacrifice to these Satanists. We see it sitting on the bed. It's not randomly there. It's not his personal cat. It's not Felix the cat. Okay, this isn't his cat. He didn't bring his cat from home to the video and say, I really want my cat in it. It's all symbolism. It's all there. This isn't artistically written so somebody would go, oh, interesting, a cat. Oh, the cat's jumping off the bed. Maybe he's going to have friskies. It's symbolism. It's deliberately there. They're telling you this stuff about the rebirth, about his death and his rebirth into Satanism. That's what it represents. Now we see him go down to his cars. Remember the lyrics about the cars and how he doesn't pray for love. He prays to God for cars. We see him get in the car as he sings his song. And who's next to him in the car? The Black Panther is sitting next to him in the front of the car. Now remember what I said about the Black Panther. It represents astral travel. It represents the death and the rebirth. So this man is telling you in this video, even with the symbolism of the cross, right, representing Jesus Christ dying and his rebirth, he's telling you that he spiritually died and now has had a satanic rebirth because he's sacrificed his soul in this video. For what? For stardom. To become a star, boy, and that's what he's become. And that's exactly what this video is telling you. Now I know this wall will be filled with people who love the Weeknd, who can't grasp this stuff, and he'll just go on rants. Oh, this is the funniest thing they've ever heard. I'm embarrassed for you. People wrote on the video that I did about Panic at the Disco, saying it's the funniest thing they've ever seen, as if that bothers me in some way. I'm embarrassed for all of these people who watch this and think that this is some artistic visual. They're telling you about all of this stuff you can find for yourself. This goes back to the Bible. We know about human sacrifice, how it has occurred through so many generations, through so many different fake religions, that human sacrifice was done and these rituals were done. Satanism is still going on, and these celebrities sell their souls for stardom, Starboy. They sell their souls to become rich and famous, and to do so, they make sacrifices. You hear people all the time say, oh, it took a lot of sacrifice to get to the top. Yeah, now it's become a passive word, right? Oh, man, I made sacrifices to make sure I could, get that raise at my job or something stupid like that. It's become a mainstream term. They're telling you about sacrifice. It's turned into a word that people use to describe, putting a little work in. They're letting you know that they commit these sacrifices, because they do. It takes sacrifice to get to the top. Literally, for these people. Human sacrifice. That's what it takes. So he's showing you in this song that he has done his oath. He has sworn his oath to the Satanists. He has died spiritually. You see him murdered and killed and sacrificed. And then you see his rebirth through him taking up the cross and using that as the weapon of destruction. Right? When he's in the car with the Panther, it cuts back to the cross lying on the ground, saying that he's left that behind, that he has had a rebirth now into Satanism. He has crossed over. That is what it means, a spiritual rebirth into Satanism, into occultism. The black cat sitting on the bed is representative of what this is all about. Sacrifice. So he's showing you that with the cross. You see it in his eyeball. It's deliberately, they do that shot of the reflection of the cross in his eye. It's deliberate. It's blatantly done. It's not a coincidence. It's not somebody going, ooh, let's zoom in on the eye. No one's done that before. We see it in all these videos. He uses the cross to destroy his home. It's representative of him destroying his past and having a spiritual rebirth. And that's what the Panther represents with him, the spiritual rebirth. So this is the Weeknd, another one of these stars, or so-called stars, whatever you want to call false idols. His song Starboy letting you know that this is what he's done to become a star boy. And now this guy is going to be one of the next big things. He's going to be like Drake, or I don't know what class of music this fits into. It's different kind of music. I don't know. But he's going to be big. He's going to blow up. And you can see all these guys who are big-time musicians have videos like this. Eminem, all of them, where they show you the sacrifices. They show you this. It's not some catchy artistic thing. They're showing you literally the sacrifice, literally them selling their souls to Satan for these successes. And he even says it in his video. He prays to God not for love, but he prays to God for cars, for materialistic things, because that's what these people are all about. That's what this video is about. Now, don't listen to the video. I know people say, well, you say don't listen, I want to listen. If you're a kid, because there's a lot of cursing and all sorts of language in the video, so I don't recommend anybody check it out. But I hope people who are looking for this video and stumble upon this and are coming over to Slander, I hope for 5 seconds they can just use their brain and connect the dots. But I know videos like this, which are hard for them to comprehend, because they don't believe in Satanism. They don't believe in the occult. They don't believe in witchcraft. They don't believe in any of it. They believe in nothing except their iPhones and Pokemon and the things they see around them. But hopefully some people see this and it helps them wake up to realize that they're being played, that they're in spiritual warfare, and these musicians are letting you know in these music videos what side they're on, and that we are in spiritual warfare. But people continue to spend their lives sound asleep, and it's a shame. It really is. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you. May peace be with you.